Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 21 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on something spontaneous to do. So, yay for spontaneity, yay for day 21. I realize it's been like 4 days since I posted a video because I'm just being a brat. I don't actually have an excuse. I don't. I think I do this weird thing that's really annoying for me. Anyway, every time I feel like I'm succeeding and I'm doing things really well, like I did last week on Wednesday, I was like, I'm awesome and I'm doing everything. Then I stop. And I don't know why I do that. But then I just like hit the brakes, slam on the brakes, whatever. It's like crash. And then I can't move or function for a few days. So that is my lame excuse for not making a video. it's There it is. Plus, I'm kind of embarrassed about my day 21 spontaneity choice. Spontaneous choice because it was not a very good choice. It was not a very good thing to do, but I did it anyway. So, I will explain my spontaneous thing. I spent money I don't really have to spend. I had the money, obviously, or I couldn't have spent it, but it's not really what I should have spent my money on. So we'll clarify that. Um, so I'm feeling guilty because I am not, that's not financially taking care of myself by doing that. And I'm not sure that it helped me emotionally or spiritually or any other form by doing that. So, not the best choice. I did not make the best choice for my spontaneity on Thursday. Um, but I chose to purchase Netflix, which I already had access to Netflix, but I have issues. So I purchased my own instead of getting access back, which doesn't make any sense. So let me explain it so it will make sense. So then you will understand my stupidity or my whatever you want to call it. Not really stupidity, just me being me, just and doing things that don't necessarily make sense or just having insecurities and fears that I let take over instead of positive things, which would have been nicer. So anyway, my Roku device that I've had for 3 or 4 years, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Anyway, it has decided that it no longer connects to the internet. I have no idea why. I have tried the factory reset. I have unplugged, reset it, whatever. My wireless connection, it says, is strong, and then it just won't connect to it. It connects to my laptop just fine. It connects to my phone just fine. It used to connect to my TV just fine, and now it won't. My Roku device is like, we can see it. It's a strong connection, and it just won't connect. So if it won't connect, I can't watch Netflix or Disney or YouTube or any of the stuff that I watch on my TV. And since I have this stupid cold, I worked with my stupid cold on Wednesday and I just didn't care. And I was all proud of myself because I just did stuff and I'm perfectly capable of doing all of that. I don't feel like I'm totally bedridden or exhausted. I'm not like missing sleep over all of this. I'm like, I can get up and do stuff. I just have a stupid cold. So, as my grandmother would say, it's all in your head. And I'm like, yes, it is. Um, More in the back of my throat than anywhere. But I chose not to work. I chose not to do anything because of my stupid cold. And then I was just watching movies on my laptop, which I can do. But then I kind of wanted to watch something else. I think I apparently have the sequel to a movie. I have the second one instead of the first one. And the first one happened to be on Netflix. And I wanted to watch it. But it was at 11 o'clock at night. And my landlord was gracious enough to give me access to his Netflix account. So I have my own little whatever on his Netflix because you can have so many people on it and it's fine. But I couldn't find the password and it was 11 o'clock at night and I didn't want to call him or text him and say, hey, can I get the password again for the Netflix so that I can get in, so that I can go to my account, like so I can go to my stuff on his account and watch whatever the show was that I wanted to watch. So rather than calling someone at 11 o'clock at night, or rather than just not watching that show and watching something completely different, which I totally could have done, I I went in there thinking I could find like one of those 30-day free trials and whatever, and I didn't find one of them. I didn't look very hard, so I'm like, whatever. I just paid the $8, I guess with tax. It was closer to $10. So now I have Netflix that I'm paying for 30 days. And I was like, I really can't afford to be paying for Netflix, which is why I canceled it in the first place and why I was using someone else's, my landlord was gracious enough to let me use his. And my sister lets me use her Disney account because you can have so many people on that too. So she's, as long as I'm paying for it, I have access to that too, which is awesome that people are letting me use their stuff, which is great. Except again, it was all passwords, everything saved, login on my Roku device that has decided it no longer works. So what I need to be spending the money on is getting me a new Roku device, or what I really need to do is just accept the fact that maybe I don't really need to watch television and movies, and that I can find more productive stuff to do with my time. But instead, my spontaneous thing, because I wasn't feeling good and I was being a brat, was I'm just going to spend money so that I have access to Netflix for at least the next 30 days. So that is what I did for my spontaneity. And then I was kind of embarrassed because I know that wasn't the best choice. So then I didn't want to make my video to tell everybody that I did that, because I get embarrassed about some of my choices, especially when I know they're not the healthiest choice. Although, granted, I mean, it's not the worst choice in the world to spend $10 for a month to access movies and TV and whatever. It's just, I have a whole bunch of bills that weren't getting paid, and I wasn't going to work, and of course I have a cold, so I have a valid reason not to do any of those things. And when I don't feel good, I don't make the best choices, especially when it comes to spending my money. So that was me. That was a choice that I made, and then I just was embarrassed by my choice, so then I just didn't make my videos. So yeah, kind of. I'm like, yes, I spontaneously did that because that was not planned by any means, and it was probably something I should not have done, but I did it anyway. And so yes, and then I don't do things and I let it spiral. So I apologize, and I will try to do better, and I will try to make up for the past few days that I have not done videos. But that's really all I have for day 21 of being spontaneous. Kind of lame, but hey. I never said that being spontaneous was going to be fun and adventurous. I think I thought it was going to be, but like I said, not all of these videos have been, and some of them are probably just going to be stupid, and some of them have been really spiritual and cool, and some of them are just, random, because I'm just random and it works. So some of them are fun and spontaneous. Some of them are just life throwing itself at me, and I'm just like, okay. So anyway, that is what I have for today. If you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude, and maybe find something fun and spontaneous to do.